extra virgin olive oil at any leading supermarkets near you. La Familia, heart of the home.
Every day, thousands go to bed hungry, but you can change that. With just 10 Rand, you can provide a loaf of bread. This bread is more than just a donation, it is a lifeline for so many families in need. Be part of the Al Ansar Outreach Slice of Life drive today. Call Outreach on 031 208 1601 and make a difference one loaf at a time.
Audio stream across the world on radioalansar.co.za.
It's Ria Mahomed here, hosting the Next Gen show on Radio Al Ansar, with each new episode premiering every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. My audience is invited to partake in this enriching journey, expecting a blend of insight, humor, mental health, trends, and relevance that is offered, guarantees a listening experience that is both enlightening and enjoyable, promising a journey not to be missed. Ria Mahomed from Next Gen.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban 90.4 FM, Peter Maritzburg 105.6 FM.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is your host Ria Mahomed on Next Gen right here at Radio Al Ansar. From exploring current trends to delving into pressing issues like social justice and mental health, this show fearlessly tackles topics that resonate deeply within our generation. My mission is to embody authenticity, relatability, and humor, ensuring that even the most challenging discussions become accessible and engaging, creating a space where listeners can feel understood and entertained simultaneously. Now, today's going to be really exciting. Our topic of discussion centers on Inside Gen Z, Health Unfiltered, and we are honored to be joined by our distinguished guest, Dr. Naila Musa Hassan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ria.
How are you doing
I'm
today?
very excited to be here.
I'm glad you are. I was super excited. I mean, I spoke to someone and they recommended you and they're like, Naila, and it's just really good. And that person said you're a very sharp doctor.
Oh,
okay, there we go.
see.
You guys know she's a doctor. Now, what type of doctor are you? What field are you in?
I'm an officer at Mahatma Gandhi Hospital. It's in Phoenix. It's a government hospital, and I'm in the family medicine department.
Okay, awesome. So, like, are you enjoying it? Sorry, how?
It's very challenging, but at the same time, very rewarding.
Okay, I'm glad. Now, okay, what's it like being a Gen Z doctor today?
Being a Gen Z doctor is exciting, but it's also, like I said, very challenging. I think we're digital natives. We question always, and we care about efficiency, mental health, and patient-centered care. But the burnout is real, Ria. We know the system still needs to catch up with our generation's values.
Yes. I mean, okay. Our era, this generation, you're Gen Z, I assume. Yes, in fact, you are Gen Z too. It's just like building up and up and up. And I mean, like, there's the physical side and then there's the emotional side. And it's just like so much, especially with social media, and because everything's so curated, so different, then all these feelings and issues keep building up with Gen Z. So I understand the burnout there. I get it.
Social media really plays a big role.
Yeah. Now, what sets Gen Z doctors apart? What do you think?
I think we're quite unique.
Okay.
We're value driven, we're tech savvy, and we're not afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
We care about balance, diversity, patient empowerment, and using technology to make healthcare better.
Okay, I love that. I mean, this era, it's become technology. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, doctors didn't use technology. They didn't use ChatGPT, Google. They had these books.
We're incorporating AI now into our healthcare
Yes, and that's actually really huge in this era. Oh my goodness. I mean, so I'm studying law, right? And now when it comes to AI, I was at Varsity College last year, and for the assignments, now I feel like AI is kind of cheating. I don't want to do it because, like, what if I'm in court and I get asked a question or something happens? I can't say, okay, let me just take out my phone, just get some ChatGPT, you know?
Don't try that in front of a patient.
Yes, I mean, no. Okay, like, I know, I'm just trying to think. One of my family members, I can't remember exactly who or what happened. I think it was one of my little cousins, in fact. So he went to a doctor, and the doctor, like, he didn't understand exactly what's going on. He literally took out his phone and went on to ChatGPT to basically prescribe exactly what's going on.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
wouldn't
like,
dare.
oh my goodness, yeah. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, being in a situation where you're like, oh shoot, like, what do I say? Or
Definitely, but I think I'd be too scared to pull out ChatGPT at that point.
because like even when I'm studying law, so as I was talking about this, so when I was in varsity college, the students used to literally use ChatGPT for their assignments, and I'm like, what are you gonna learn from there? What about finals? What about your tests? Like, how are you gonna? You can't take out your phone. You can't use ChatGPT
Yeah,
there, and that's like a
definitely.
huge thing. This AI thing's insane.
It has its pros and its cons.
Indeed, it does. Now, what are most common health concerns you are seeing amongst Gen Z patients today?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of like my body is tired and my brain is tired.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of anxiety, burnout, and stress, partly because Gen Z is juggling school, work, side hustles, and trying to look put together on social media all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It is.
But on the physical side, there's a lot of sleep problems, chronic tiredness, and early lifestyle issues like insulin resistance and digestive problems. And we see this a lot with our females.
yeah.
Many young people, I mean, we live on iced coffee, we live on vibes, and microwave noodles. So eventually our body will file a complaint.
Yeah. And I actually think it's actually very important to also stay healthy when it comes to that, because your body literally will end up filing a complaint. Like my brother. So I mentioned this last week too. So I have a twin brother, and he met up in a really bad motorcycle accident.
Oh, I'm so sorry
Right.
to hear that.
Now, the thing is, so he actually almost lost his life. Sorry. And what I'm trying to say is, like, he was very healthy. So he was a gym boy. He used to go to the gym. Like, he was very built and stuff, right? He used to go to the gym all the time. He built a ton of muscle. And honestly, because he was so healthy and he focused on his, physical well-being, and he ate healthy, oh my goodness, that honestly could never be me, because we're twins,
Could
but we're the
never be me.
complete opposite. Like, while he's eating healthy foods, I'm busy snacking on chocolate. Which, sorry, but I don't know how to be that healthy, even though I gym too, but I don't know. But anyway, so his muscle acted as reserves, and now after his accident, because he was also in a coma and whatnot, right? So he's lost everything, like all. So I know he's busy burning about that because he's awake now, but I know he's like very upset about that. He just got out of ICU 2 days ago, and it's been, I think, about 3 weeks. But that muscle basically acted as his reserves, and he's lost it all. So that's why now I believe you need to be healthy. Start eating healthy.
No, I need to
Because-
tell myself that too.
Same
We
here.
need to practice what we preach.
Yes. No, in fact, yesterday, on the way to the hospital, so my father has a 14-year-old sister. Anyway, so she was in the car with us. It was my father, my 14-year-old aunt, and myself. And we were on the way to the hospital. And now what I told her is that, Sarah, you need to be careful with what you eat and watch your sugar intake. My father started laughing a ton. And he literally said, you need to practice what you preach. You can't call, what did he say? There's a saying about a kettle.
You can't. The kettle can't call the pot black. Or
Yes,
something
yes,
like that.
yes. No,
Something
that's
like
exactly
that.
what he said to me as well. And I'm like, oh, I'm just telling her that now because it's too late for me because of the amount of sugar I consume. Like, I'm telling her to be cautious, but me. So that was a huge thing. But yeah, we actually need to watch our health, because honestly, with my brother, if it weren't for him being healthy, he wouldn't have survived. Alhamdulillah, he did. But anyway, now, how has Gen Z's open conversation around mental health changed the way you practice family medicine?
I think Gen Z has completely changed the way I practice family medicine.
Yeah.
We're more open about mental health, and that honestly lets me treat a person as a whole instead of like a list of symptoms.
Yeah.
Because we actually talk about things like anxiety, burnout, boundaries. So you can pick these things up earlier. You can have deeper conversations with your patients, and you can give them better, more personalized care.
Yeah.
They've made mental health a normal part of every consult, and I think it's quite refreshing.
I love that. That is brilliant. Now, how has the rise of TikTok, YouTube, and online health influencers affected Gen Z's understanding of health?
That's a very good question. So TikTok and YouTube have definitely made Gen Z more curious about their health, which I mean is great. But they've also created a lot of confidently wrong diagnoses.
Yes, I know that.
I mean, I'll have like 5 patients walk in convinced that they have these 5 rare conditions because an influencer said so. Or someone will take cayenne pepper because apparently it cures cancer.
Oh my goodness.
But I think if content is regulated, its impact could be more powerful.
Yeah.
However, the good thing though is that these platforms, they spark conversation and they get Gen Z thinking about wellness earlier. So I think my job is just to separate the science from the trending sounds.
Yes, because like everything on social media, as I mentioned before, life, it's completely curated. Most of the time it's curated. I mean, you could have a girl, right, an influencer, and she's posting, maybe she is in Dubai flaunting her luxurious items and lifestyle, right? And then, okay, she posts that, and then she's at home in her bathroom crying because her emotional well-being's fallen right down. So honestly, social media's curated. A lot of people lie. That's why 100%. I say, like, my show and like how I am on social media, I want to be authentic. I want people to see me for me. Like, I want people to feel heard and seen. That's also the purpose of Next Gen. So honestly, as you mentioned, like, you have people coming in questioning you about some diagnosis that they've heard from influencers.
Sometimes even I haven't heard of these diagnoses.
It's like, what on earth? Like, okay, when it comes to the physical health side, like for example, gym, I've seen like so many videos of people showing different workouts that will help you, yet it does nothing for your body. Like, I mean, if you want to, let's see, build muscle, and there's videos, okay, let's say 30-day abs, okay, we're going to focus on that, right? There'll be a video of someone or many people posting about their 30-day ab workouts, yet whatever they do, that does not help your abs. It does not work. So then you have to go scrolling and looking for a ton of more content to actually find something that will actually work for you.
It's marketing.
Yes. Yes. Now, do you find that Gen Z patients self-diagnose more because of the internet?
Oh, absolutely. I think Gen Z are the Olympic champions of self-diagnosis. They'll walk in having Googled everything from like iron deficiency to some rare tropical disease that they haven't even been near. But I don't mind it. It shows that they're engaged and they're paying attention to their bodies. I think my job is just to gently redirect them from Dr. Google back to actual medicine and help them understand what's real and what's the algorithm just scaring them at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a patient come in last week who was convinced she had meningitis because she had neck pain. After a whole lot of investigations, it just turned out to be a muscle spasm, but she was hysterical.
I knew someone and he had indigestion, but he went to the hospital because he thought he had a heart attack. So that's really interesting.
It's good for awareness.
Yes.
And it's good for early detection. But like I said, you just have to know. Yeah. I think as a doctor, it's important to navigate it and separate the anxiety from what's real.
Wait, so I have a question in between. Now, like, I mean, okay, you're a doctor. How are you feeling toward the fact that people, I mean, AI has come up. How do you feel about the fact that they go to AI more than actual doctors?
Like I said, it has its pros and cons, you know.
Yeah.
It's good because it sparks conversation. It makes them more curious. It allows them to be more aware of their health compared to the previous generations. But it does cause a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
So it does have its positives and negatives. But I think as doctors, we don't mind it because we can help them navigate what's real and what's not.
Okay.
So it sparks the conversation, which is good, but then we just got to take it from there.
Okay, I love that. Now, Gen Z values clarity and quick information. How does that influence the way you communicate during consultations?
Let's be honest, we all have very short attention spans. So you really got to get straight to the point. No long medical speeches. You got to break things down into simple steps, give them clear take-home messages, use examples that they can relate to. If something is urgent, you got to say it plainly. If it's not serious, then you got to reassure them. Gen Z patients want honesty, they want efficiency, and they want transparency. So I got to keep it real, and I got to keep it short, and I have to keep it practical.
Yes. Oh, the attention span thing is completely true. I mean, okay, as I mentioned, I'm studying law. And so I'm doing distance learning, so it's basically self-study. So that means I have to have a lot of discipline and independence. And I'm like, I'll be sitting with my book in front of me and I'm like, okay, I'm reading something. Okay. But then I'm like, wait, what was I reading? Because like I lose like my train of thought. And I don't know, that just happens to me. I don't even know if it's like I have ADD or something.
See, self-diagnosing.
Yes, exactly what you just said. Like, do I have ADD? What is going on here? Anyway, do you find that Gen Z prefers texting, voice notes, or in-person communication for health guidance?
I think it depends. The hospital that I work at, we mainly concentrate on in-person communication.
Yeah.
But I think ideally, if I could control it, I would incorporate both. So Gen Z, they love quick digital check-ins. They love text, they love DMs, voice notes, all those things. But I think for serious things, it's still important to maintain face-to-face care.
Yeah.
So I think ideally, I would want to meet them where they are, like online for the small stuff, in person for the big stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Now, how do you build trust with a generation that often questions traditional authority?
Excellent question.
Yeah.
So Gen Z definitely questions authority. Like you can see that in your consultations from the older generations to treating a Gen Z patient. It's a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important to build the trust. You have to be honest, explain why. You have to listen to them and involve them in the decisions. I think it's about a partnership, not really like a top-down approach with an authority figure. I think they want to feel like they're a part of this consultation.
They want to feel like heard.
Included,
Yes, and included. Now, what lifestyle habits are you noticing in Gen Z that concerns you the most?
The lifestyle habits that concern me in Gen Z are things like sleep deprivation, poor diet, constant screen time. And I'm guilty of this too, I'm not even going to lie. Many Gen Zers, they live on caffeine, fast food, social media scrolling. It's no wonder that we have so much of anxiety, fatigue, and digestive issues. I think my advice would be to incorporate small, consistent changes because they really make a big difference. Like regular sleep, balanced meals, taking screen breaks. A big one that I see in the community that I work at is vaping, excessive alcohol use, and substance use, which is a lot more common in the Gen Z generation.
Yeah. Like, okay, I know about the vaping thing. Everyone's doing it. Like, okay, personally, like to me, okay, I don't vape. I don't do that stuff. It's obviously not for me.
Yeah,
it's not for everyone.
It's very detrimental.
But a lot, and they don't understand. Like, I guess because they become so used to it and so addicted to it, they can't stop. And even if they try, they can't stop. I know quite a few people who have tried to stop but just could not because vaping has become a part of their life.
Yeah, addiction.
That's how it is.
It's quite a big thing. Like in the community that I work at, you'll see patients that come in with like COPD and stuff like that, which are all smoking induced, but they'll come in with an acute exacerbation and you'll see them walking out with their oxygen tank going to take a smoke. So you're like, seriously. But addiction is big.
Because like they know it's not good for them, but they can't stop.
Yeah.
They need to do it. Now, on the positive side, what healthy habits do you think Gen Z is doing better than older generations?
I think we're doing well with like mental health, self-care, and wellness. We speak up about stress, we track our habits, we try meditation, and we care overall about our well-being. So I think that's a step ahead from the older generations.
Now, how do you encourage a young adult who is not taking preventative health seriously?
I think when a young adult comes to me and they aren't really taking preventative health seriously, I try to make it as relatable and practical as I can.
Yeah.
I'll explain how small actions today, like regular checkups, healthy habits, vaccinations, they all save time, money, and stress later in life.
Yeah.
So I'll focus on what's important to them, what matters to them.
I love that. Okay, now we are going to go on to a quick ad break, so I'll see you soon.
Bury my past away, never turning back to what was. I've had it standing up again.
This segment is brought to you by Kenfield Auto, your RMI approved service and repair specialist. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وقنا عذاب النار.
Car won't start?
Kenfield Auto.
Noisy brakes?
Kenfield Auto.
Due for a service?
Kenfield Auto. Kenfield Auto, the answer to all your car problems. Your service and repair specialist for your VW, Audi, Suzuki, Toyota, or just about any vehicle. Kenfield Auto, your RMI and insurance approved workshop to handle them all. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Call us on 031 207 2399. Kenfield Auto.
When you give water, you bring life to drought-affected communities, providing fresh water for drinking, cleaning, and growing. Your support helps Islamic Relief implement water, sanitation, and hygiene projects, providing clean water to communities around the world. Donate now to Islamic Relief.
Elevate your style with Al Noor kurtas and fragrances from Potent Eyes Perfumes, exclusively available at Al Ansar Shop. Visit us at 207 West Road or call 031-208-1601. Experience the best in fashion and perfumery. Al Ansar Shop where elegance meets fragrance.
Durban, get ready for an unbeatable kitchen combo only at the Culinarium Musgrave for a limited time. Take home the incredible Kenwood Home Bake 5-liter stand mixer and the powerful 800-watt Kenwood food processor, both for an amazing price of just $2,999. That's right, premium Kenwood Performance, a full stand mixer and food processor bundle for just $2,999, exclusively at the Culinarium Musgrave. Find us in Musgrave Centre. Don't miss it. Upgrade your kitchen today.
Color your world with Color Trade Paints. Color Trade Paints, stockers of interior and exterior coatings. We got you covered with our wide range of roof colors and are stockers of industrial floor coatings. A Color Trade innovation always be your first choice. Magic Cover PVA, 99 Rand for 5 liters. Peach, cream or white. Restore your driveway with high durability jet black tar coat, 690 Rands per 20 liters. Get to a Color Trade Paint store near you or visit our e-store. Call 086-126-8888 for free delivery. Make the right paint choice. Always ensure color before trade. Buy Color Trade Paints.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM. Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
It's Ria Mahomed here, hosting the Next Gen show on Radio Al Ansar, with each new episode premiering every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. My audience is invited to partake in this enriching journey, expecting a blend of insight, humor, mental health, trends, and relevance that is offered, a listening experience that is both enlightening and enjoyable, promising a journey not to be missed. Ria Mahomed from Next Gen. Okay, beautiful souls, it is me, Ria Mahomed, back live on Next Gen with our lovely guest, Dr. Naila Hassan. Okay, assalamu alaikum, we are back again. Yay. Now, we're talking about this. Now, do you find Gen Z more proactive or more anxious about their health compared to previous generations?
I think both, but more anxious for sure.
Okay.
A big theme is that Gen Z is very health aware, but they're also really overwhelmed. They have information, but not always guidance. So they come to us as doctors looking for clarity, reassurance, and practical ways to manage their well-being. But it doesn't mean that they aren't proactive. They are. I mean, we Google everything.
Yeah.
We ask questions, and we care about our health. So half my job is guiding them through the confusion and giving them real solutions instead of just TikTok advice.
I love that. Now, Gen Z is very vocal about identity, inclusivity, and mental well-being. How has that shaped your approach as a doctor?
Standing up again, taking back control of myself. You showed me a light to you when I was surrounded by dark. I can't live that again. I'm asking Rabbim, please have mercy on me. And take it easy on my heart. Wasn't always on the D.
We'd love to meet you. Pay us a visit. Radio Al Ansar.
Bury my past away, never turning.
Okay, so Gen Z is very vocal about identity, inclusivity, and mental well-being. How has that shaped your approach as a doctor?
I think Gen Z's focus on identity, inclusivity, and mental health has made me more mindful and holistic. So I have to create a safe, non-judgmental space. Treat the person as a whole instead of just like a list of symptoms.
I love that. Now, do you see social pressures like, social media, body image, hustle culture affecting Gen Z's physical health?
Absolutely. Social pressures like social media, body image ideals, hustle culture, they have a big impact on Gen Z's physical health. It contributes to our poor sleep, our stress levels, skipped meals. All of these are very common. It's a constant juggle between looking good online, performing well, and keeping up with real life. As a doctor, you have to focus on promoting the balance and giving them realistic, sustainable habits.
I love it. Now, there's so many expectations. When it comes to maybe academics, your job, your family, there's so many expectations that you have to try and live up to. And now, because of that, I know your health can go completely down on the physical and mental side. Like I've seen people for example, some people, like maybe a female, she'll get 80% for her math exam or her final mark, and her family or her parents will be completely against it and be like, what is wrong with you? You're not supposed to get 80%. You need 90 and up or 99.
Where's the rest?
Yes.
That's what I used to get asked.
Oh no. I'm sorry. But
No, it's fine.
that's just, okay, from your perspective, you've experienced that. How did that make you feel?
I think at the time it definitely puts pressure on you and it increases your anxiety. But I think, like I said, as a generation with such a short attention span, it motivates us.
Yeah.
It pushes us. For me, I think I took it positively. It was the drive I needed. Otherwise, I procrastinate more than anyone.
Look where you are today. Look where you are today. Doing amazing. Now, are there any rising conditions or illnesses that are becoming more common in Gen Z?
Yes, definitely. We're noticing some conditions becoming more common. For example, like skin issues like acne and eczema, they're more frequent now, partly due to stress and diet. Also, early signs of metabolic issues like weight fluctuations and high cholesterol are appearing much earlier. It shows how lifestyle and environment are shaping health at a younger age. There's a big rise in risk-taking behavior as well, often linked to substance use. This shows up in the rise of parasuicide cases that we see, or even substance-induced psychosis.
Yeah. Now, we spoke about vaping just now, right? How has vaping, energy drink use, or gym supplement culture affected your younger patients?
It's very common. So I think vaping, like energy drink use and gym supplements, they're definitely impacting our younger patients.
Yeah.
These affect our lung health, they spike our heart rates and anxiety, and some supplements are unregulated or misused. So I focus on educating them about the risks of it, taking it in moderation, which I think is the most important part, and using safer alternatives while understanding why these habits are appealing. So whether it's stress, performance, or social influence.
Now, what do you enjoy most about working with Gen Z patients?
What I love about working with Gen Z patients is their honesty, their curiosity, and their eagerness to take charge of their health. It really makes our consultations very interesting. They ask questions, they challenge assumptions, and they really make it all dynamic and at the same time, I think rewarding.
And of course, they self-diagnose.
Yeah. Very entertaining.
Now, if you could give one piece of advice to every Gen Z young adult, what would it be?
If I could give one piece of advice to a Gen Z young adult, it would be to listen to your body and your mind. Don't ignore the small signs. Prioritize your rest, mental health, and balance. Balance your success, and success and productivity really mean nothing if your health isn't there to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I think prioritize your health.
I love that. Now, what would you like Gen Z to understand better about doctors and healthcare in general?
I think I'd love Gen Z to see doctors as partners, not just like authority figures. Healthcare isn't just about treating the illness, it's about prevention, about guidance, and supporting overall well being. We want you to ask questions, we want you to be honest, and we want you to take an active role in your health. It makes our job easier, honestly. The more you engage, the better care you'll get out of us as well.
Yeah, I love that. Now, okay. I mean, your whole career, you're a doctor. What has motivated you to become one?
I think the most important thing was making an impact.
Yeah.
So every day you wake up, you go to work, you know that in some small way you're going to improve someone's life, even if it's in the tiniest of ways. So, and you see the way patients look for trust in their doctors. So I think it's about being trusted by your patients and just helping them navigate life. I think that's what keeps me going.
And I have one more question for you before we end today. What excites you about the future of healthcare?
I think, well, it's full of potential.
Yeah.
We have AI, we have faster diagnosis, we have virtual consults, preventative and personalized medicine, and now with mental health prioritized. I think Gen Z doctors are ready to lead that change now.
I love that. I have one more bonus question. Okay, throughout your childhood, was it always like, I want to be a doctor? Or did you become a doctor because of your parents? Or what? What was it? What was your decision?
It was always, I wanted to be a doctor. Well, I knew some, but when I applied and got accepted, then I took it as Allah's sign.
Yeah, I love
Do
that.
it.
It's like with me, it was always like, okay, I want to do fashion. But then, I grew up and I was like, no, it's all either law, occupational therapy, or psychology. And then anyway, I got chosen for law, so I was like, that was a sign. Okay, that's a sign. I'm gonna do law, LLB, and that's where I am. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
There's just so much more to do, many more years, board exams, but I just gotta keep going.
Good luck.
Anyway, Jazakallah
You've
for
got
coming
this.
on. It was absolutely wonderful, and I hope, as I mentioned before, if you would like, it would be lovely to have you at the souk with us.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. But yeah, we'll chat about it. Jazakallah for coming on, and I'll see you soon.
Jazakallah for having me.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Okay, beautiful souls, I will be back right after the ad break, and I'll see you soon. Once again, that was the lovely Dr. Naila Musa Hassan. It's Ria Mahomed here, hosting the Next Gen show on Radio Al Ansar, with each new episode premiering every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. My audience is invited to partake in this enriching journey, expecting a blend of insight, humor, mental health, trends, and relevance that is offered, guarantees a listening experience that is both enlightening and enjoyable, promising a journey not to be missed. Ria Mahomed from Next Gen.
You know what really gets under my skin? When my cake or icing just doesn't come out right. It's such a bummer. But I found this incredible margarine called Wooden Spoon, and it's been a total lifesaver for my baking adventures. It makes my icing turn out just perfect every time. When I whip up something with Wooden Spoon, I feel like a master baker. Seriously, my cakes have never looked better. The secret? Wooden Spoon margarine. It's like the magic ingredient for nailing those perfect bakes. And guess what? It's even endorsed by the South African Bakers Guild Association. Just another quality product from the Willowton Group.
اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المرابطين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم شد أزرهم وسدد رميهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم الطف بإخواننا في كل مكان يذكر فيه اسمك يا أرحم الراحمين استنصروك يا الله فانصرهم اللهم ارحم الضعفاء والفقراء والمساكين والأيتام والنازحين والمشردين والأسرى يا أرحم الراحمين
اللهم أنج المستضعفين من المسلمين في فلسطين اللهم كن لهم عونا ونصيرا اللهم كن لإخواننا المرابطين في المسجد الأقصى اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم اللهم فرج همهم نفس كربهم داوي جرحاهم عاف مبتلاهم اشف مرضاهم ارحم موتاهم تقبل شهداءهم.
The Al-Ansar Foundation, Da'wah, Tarbiyah and Education, establishing the foundations of Islamic civilization in South Africa.
It's Ria Mahomed here, hosting the Next Gen show on Radio Al-Ansar, with each new episode premiering every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. My audience is invited to partake in this enriching journey, expecting a blend of insight, humor, mental health, trends, and relevance that is offered, guarantees a listening experience that is both enlightening and enjoyable, promising a journey not to be missed. Ria Mahomed from Next Gen. Okay, beautiful souls, it is me, Ria Mahomed, back live on Next Gen. Now, before I begin the rest of our program, I am super excited to announce that I will be doing an awesome giveaway partnered with Nonna's, Capino, and Strata Street Food next week, Thursday, the 18th of December. 3 stores, 3 rounds, and 1 champion. Each round has 1 question per store, and you guys can call in or WhatsApp at 060-904-1056 to answer for your favorite store, and points go to whichever store's listener gets the question right first. So round 1 will be Name That Bite, round 2 will be True or False, Food Edition, and round 3, Speed Spelling, Foodie Style. Now, I wanted to talk about, we spoke about physical health. Now I wanted to go onto the mental health side, and I actually put a question sticker on my social media where people can ask me questions and I would answer it on air. Now, the first one is, what impact does constant online comparison have on society's overall well-being? Now, constant online comparison can have a profound impact on society's overall well-being. When people continually measure themselves against carefully curated images of others' lives, whether it's, on social media, blogs, or influencer content, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and anxiety. And this comparison culture can fuel perfectionism, where people can feel that they must achieve an unrealistic standard in appearance, career, or lifestyle. It can increase stress and anxiety, where seeing others succeed or appear happy can create pressure to keep up. It can distort reality, where online portrayals are often selective and filtered, making it hard to appreciate one's own progress or accomplishments. It can reduce life satisfaction, where constantly comparing can overshadow gratitude and contentment, leading to chronic dissatisfaction. And over time, this doesn't just affect individuals, it shapes societal expectations, normalizing unrealistic ideals and increasing collective stress. Now, another question is, how can schools better prepare young people to manage stress and emotional pressure? Now, schools can play a huge role in equipping young people to handle stress and emotional pressure. Here are some effective approaches that you could use. Okay, number 1 is mental health and in education as part of the curriculum. Teaching students about emotions, coping strategies, and resilience helps them recognize and manage stress early. Accessible counseling services could be good too, where having trained counselors on site gives students a safe space to talk and get guidance before problems escalate. Mindfulness and well-being programs is also really important, where practices like meditation, journaling, or stress management workshops can help students regulate emotions and build self-awareness. Another important one is encouraging open conversation, when normalizing discussions about feelings, stress, and setbacks reduce stigma and help students feel supported. Another is balancing workload, where schools can monitor academic pressure, provide realistic deadlines, and encourage breaks to prevent burnout. Another is peer support networks, like mentoring programs or peer groups, create communities where students can share challenges and coping strategies. Another good one is parental involvement, where educating parents about recognizing stress and supporting mental well-being reinforces the lessons students learn at school. Combined, these strategies make stress management a practical skill rather than an afterthought of helping young people grow into resilient adults. Now, another question that I had received is, what do you think contributes to the rise of burnout among young adults? There are several factors that contribute to this rise. Okay, number one is academic and career pressure. The expectation to excel in school, secure competitive jobs, and build impressive resumes creates constant stress. Number two is technology and connectivity. Being always on through social media, emails, and work apps blurs boundaries between work, study, and personal life. Number three is financial strain. Student loans, rising living costs, and job insecurity add significant stress that feeds burnout. Number four, perfectionism and comparison culture. Social media amplifies comparisons, making young adults feel like they're never doing enough. Number five, lack of coping skills or support. Many haven't been taught about how to manage stress efficiently or effectively, or feel unable to access mental health resources. And lastly, number six, global uncertainty, where awareness of climate change, political instability, and economic instability increases anxiety and the feeling of carrying heavy responsibilities. So essentially, burnout arises when pressure, internal or external, consistently exceeds a person's capacity to cope, and without proper support, it becomes chronic. Now, anyway, the last question that we are going to work on is, in what ways can technology can be used positively to support mental health? Now, the pace of modern life often makes it difficult for people to rest and recharge properly. Constant connectivity through smartphones, work emails, and social media blurs the line between work, study, and personal time, leaving little space for genuine downtime. This fast pace can lead to chronic stress, which goes toward the feeling that there's always something to do that prevents mental relaxation. Another is sleep disruption, where late night screen use and overthinking can interfere with quality of sleep. Reduced reflection and self-care leads to people may skip hobbies, exercise, or mindfulness practices because of time pressure. And then lastly, burnout and fatigue. Without sufficient rest, both physical and emotional energy are depleted over time. So in short, when life moves too fast, rest becomes a luxury rather than a necessity, which undermines long-term well-being. Anyway, it is time to wrap up. I will see you next week, Thursday, the 18th of December, inshallah, from 2 to 3